We have our Protoss player, one of two, PartinG, master of PvZ, very cute PvP style. And I'm looking forward to seeing what this guy has to offer in. And there is Creator now.
Both of them already showing their styles. PartinG with a little joke. He's a really jokey type of guy. And a Creator with, you know, just GG. All right. I am absolutely stoked to see what these guys are going to pull out. Ohana, let's talk about this map PvP a little bit. In PvP, you know, first thing you look at on the map is, does it have a ramp and a choke? Yes, is the answer here. Only Tal'Darim does not.
And the reason why that matters is that if you don't have that ramp or that choke or some type of bottleneck that actually allows you to filter what enters your base, you suddenly have, if you don't have that, you are very limited in your options. It becomes much more of a slugfest.
It certainly does.
And we may see that if it goes to game number 6. Remember, these guys don't play on Tal'Darim very much. It's not in most tournaments.
No, it's not. This is really the one tournament that's been in the most. You get vetoes. A lot of people do veto it because it is so differently played. But so that's the first thing we look at in PvP, as far as maps go. The next thing we look at is it going to be a good map to run around with a very quick stalker unit and blink into the main base if you have vision? And
on this map, yes. It could be, if you get that observer out.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely on.
Right.
But it's a little bit harder to do than some maps, like Antigua, like Shakura,
Cloud Kingdom.
Cloud Kingdom, yeah, exactly, maps like that. So that makes it, you go to the third thing. What does the expansion look like? How easy is it to hold that? Well, this one has a little ramp, so definitely we can see fast expansions.
You can definitely utilize sentries there.
Yeah.
Chop up, you know, whatever force is engaging you, and pick your battles.
Exactly. And already from PartinG, I think we know what he's going to do. It's looking like this could be a 4-gate Warp Prism. Very strong build. But, you know, these are the things you look at. So we could be seeing all sorts of things, but with PartinG's probe there, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Well, there's not much else you could really hide over there that would make sense.
No, there's really not. I think it probably will be just a quick robo. Of course, he's got to save up for that money to throw down the pylon and everything.
Yeah, so maybe not. Yeah, we'll see.
No, I think
and he is making the pylon. Yeah. Okay, so this is definitely going to be, you know, a really quick Warp Prism.
Yeah.
Harass here that could take out Creator if he's not prepared.
Yeah.
Now, you know, you always hide this pylon and robo at the corner of the map on this side. You can hide it at the top right, but not as common.
Yeah.
So what we got to see is PartinG willing to sacrifice one probe to check for this, or even better yet, check with a stalker.
PartinG is in trouble. Oh, a huge find here for Creator. He knows exactly what PartinG is up to, and that means so much. Just to scout that, he now knows everything that is in Creator's base.
Insta-canceled. Now it does look like PartinG's going to try to come in here and intercept.
Well, Creator may put on some counter pressure because of this. We do have PartinG just making a Nexus now that he sees this.
All right, the sentry is on the way here. You know, PartinG's not in huge trouble, but he definitely was caught off guard there and will now have to go to a plan B. I hope his plan B is as strong as his plan A was.
Well, I don't think it really can be. That plan A is so strong if it doesn't get scouted. You can get so many wins very quickly like that. But, you know, he's going to back up, take the expansion, throw down another gateway and a robotics. So his expansion is going to be really, really fast here, whereas Creator, it's looking like he's going to expand, but it's slower, so PartinG's still not in terrible shape.
All right, Robo facility on the way here. Creator, you know, he's in great shape so far. Everything's going his way. He hasn't missed a beat now. Looks like he will be getting a Robo Bay of his own.
Yeah, and, you know, he is up in probes pretty significantly here, so PartinG with that earlier Nexus, he'll be able to catch up a little bit, like maybe 2 more probes, but that's about it. So he has to still decide, okay, I need to do maybe a little bit more to catch up. And will that be some sort of timing attack? We'll see in a second. He's getting that observer, and after that, based upon what he makes, we're going to be able to tell what's going on.
Robotics facility almost complete. And we just have Creator, again, erring on the side of caution, wants to make sure there's nothing else hidden on the map here. you really only have to check the left and right side of the map. Not really many of their hiding spots on this map, which is one of the reasons why hiding tech is not best on this map.
That is so true, really. I mean, you want to hide tech, maybe a map like Entomb Valley.
Sure.
You can never scout that whole thing. It's much bigger, a lot more spaces that are going to be hard to go to. But this one is one of our very smallest maps in professional StarCraft 2.
Well, we have both players going for Immortal. We're getting into the early mid-game here for PvP. Normally in other matchups we'd say it's early game, but PvP is shorter than most matchups. I mean, a lot of times games can end even before before this point in time that people can be killed off. So they're both going to be making a bunch of Immortals. I don't think we're going to see a switch into Blink Stalkers anytime soon.
No.
Probably a robotics support bay, and going ahead and get Colossus here.
Yeah, that's my guess as well, I have to say. And with both them getting all their gases, it really looks like that. You need a lot of gas for it. In fact, Creator immediately throwing up the robotics bay, and PartinG actually threw up a Twilight, then canceled it and made a robotics bay. So completely right on that, Tasteless. It's going to be a Colossus war here.
All right, well, once the Colossus war starts, it's pretty hard to stop going Colossus. Both players have to try to match each other, outdo each other. Sometimes the answer to that is a second robo. But then, of course, if you hide some Void Rays or something like that, you can catch him off guard here. And oh my God, he's going to go for a Warp Prism here.
Yeah, and that's actually a really good choice. If you know your opponent went robo, then you can actually go for a speed Warp Prism with your Immortals. And even though that's going to make your Colossi just a little bit slower, you can get a lot of harassment done that really makes up for it. It's a good choice.
And it does look like we both have the other players scouting each other. He's checking for the other gases and says, okay, looks like he is going to be teching pretty heavily. And the Warp Prism is now going to pop out. Let's see if this observer spots the Warp Prism. That would be huge. Oh. And it will. Wait, no. Did it? No, it did not. Okay.
Yeah.
It was way too far out.
Yeah, he has no idea whatsoever that this is coming yet. But it's something that he could suspect could be coming. So he's going to have to defend very hard. Now, PartinG is getting a second robo already. If he can nullify the damage done by this, he'll be in good shape. But it's going to be really hard because he's spending all his gas on things that aren't going to help all that much right now.
And let's see here. Now, the beauty of the Immortal drop is that it takes 2 Immortal shots to kill a probe. I don't think anybody, even pro gamers, when the game first came out, imagined the Immortal to be a harass unit. But in this case, in PvP, it can.
Well, here we go.
Here we go.
Out and already killing off a few of these probes. Down comes PartinG, but none of this does a lot of damage to the Immortals, so he will get away for now. Nice stalkers. Oh, that is a big deal. He's actually got this somewhat trapped right now.
Well, you know, Creator could take a third here, and he will. Just as I say that, he will take a third. And, you know, with that third, I mean, let's face it, if PartinG wants to attack into that Immortal drop's going to occur again, and then, you know what, Creator can even cancel the third if he wants to.
Yeah, he absolutely could. You know, I like this move a lot, to throw that third Nexus down. He knows where the army is. It has to surround this. And in the meantime, he's just rebuilding shields, and he can fly right through these few stalkers momentarily.
Just trying to peek and see if he can get anywhere in here. Taking a few hits.
Yeah, good for him to peek. Now, PartinG gonna fall behind a little bit because he doesn't have that expansion.
No, it looks like PartinG is gonna try to push out here, and that will allow the Warp Prism to get out and possibly even come back here and help defend. He could even come up from behind the Colossus.
Yeah, that's so
and
true.
Snipe him.
Or he can continue to attack in the main base. And
sure.
If he does something like that, that puts PartinG pretty much all in. If he takes a lot of damage at home, he's gonna have to kill. So I like that this Immortal drop is actually staying over here and in fact going back.
Here we go. Pulling the probes.
And that's a lot of damage already dealt. PartinG continuing to move forward, and I think that he's just going to give up his third base while continuing to harass here. Because PartinG has a pretty scary army, but maybe not enough to break the ramp of Creator.
He may have to cancel the third here, but it's too late. It has finished now. We can see. No, it's worth giving up the Nexus just to keep getting probes. PartinG's economy really getting hit hard here.
That is right. Creator still up that ramp, has a lot of Colossi of his own. And with that high ground advantage, it's going to be so hard for PartinG to get anything done.
Creator knowing all he has to do is keep on hitting probes over here, which he is. More kills, 12 on this one.
And look at that, those Immortals just completely slaughtering him. And with more Colossi popping out for Creator, this is beginning to look like it may be over for PartinG. He has invested a lot into Stalkers to try to be able to take those out, but can he close the distance?
Well, you know, it's a matter of time. Every second that PartinG does not kill Creator, Creator is getting that much bigger, that much stronger, that much more secure in closing this out. Almost no more probes here.
And
all right, here we go.
Yes, here we go. And there are so many Colossi coming up. All the probes from Creator coming as well. He'll lose those in a matter of seconds, but he is crushing through this army right now.
Just some Colossi left over and some Stalkers. They got a target down perfectly to get that splash damage right. And it does look like, in fact, game number